Good afternoon. Welcome to the market close and the end of the week. So this here is your gateway into the weekend. Hopefully you guys have all had a pretty good day. Also, and from the title, you can kind of get an idea. Blue Jays fever is striking right across Canada. Um, in tribute, and I nobody called me on it yet, but um, the sign, the sign is staying blue for the Blue Jays until the end of the World Series. So when is that? It could be as well. It could be as early as Halloween, I think. But tonight is Game One. It is I think that's probably a must-win for the Jays. I think they want to come out strong, get off to a good start, and let it all happen from there. So we're going to see how that is going to look. Now, you can't tell what color the market is because we got the blue, but I will assure you it is a green day on the market. And let's bring it up. Let's bring it on up. Boom, bang, the power of technology. I've moved me over here, so we'll see if this one. Oh my God! Wait a minute. No. This doesn't work. It's blocking the thingamabobbers. Oh boy. What can I say? What can I say? All right, guys. I need to move me back to um. Let's see here. Nope, that's not doing it either. What a mess. What a mess. All right. I'm just going to put me back over here for now because you need to be able to see. You need to be able to see the side. That wasn't well thought out. That was not well thought out at all. But nonetheless, Green Day on the market. The TSX right now up at 0.54%. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And well, right now it looks like we're back. We're back above the blue line. So we're back into basically green territory for October. We still have a week left, though. We've got another week of the market to see what happens. It could go either way. I I think we're going to end. I think we're going to end above the blue line. I'm pretty sure on that one. But oh boy, anything could happen. And this world is very volatile. Obviously, I think a few of you probably have heard that Trump is upset with Canada again. All tariff talks have been broken off because Ontario played a commercial that had Ronald Reagan in it that was talking about tariffs being bad things. Donald Trump did not take that very well, so anyway, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at everything. We also got the bell coming up in 12 minutes. 12 minutes. All right. So the S&P 500 also having a pretty good day. Take a look. Once again, a green day, well above the blue line. Nasdaq, same thing. Nasdaq's up quite a bit, 1.24%. Having a pretty good day. Now with the channel members, of course, channel members get one extra benefit. They get to see my swing trades. And I did do an NVIDIA swing trade. I started it yesterday. I cashed it out today and I made some profits. So that's one of the benefits of being a channel member. Just so you guys know, they also had a live stream last night. And oh boy, it was a good one. It was a good one. You guys, those of you who are not channel members and, what for whatever reason, you will get to see it in a year. In a year. All my channel member live streams, they go public a year after the fact. So in a sense, the channel member live streams is kind of like a 1 year early preview of, plus it's live and they actually get to participate at that time. All right. But don't worry, guys. If you're not a channel member, there's tons of content on the channel for you to enjoy, without the commitment of being one of those channel member folk. All right. The Dow Jones also up a full 1.08%, and the little guys, Russell up 1.17. Market's doing good. So what happens to gold? Well, people start pulling a little bit out of it. So yeah, gold is down a little bit, 0.53, silver down 0.72. WTI kind of flat. It is down 0.08, but I'll call it flat. I will call it flat. And we're seeing a little bit of movement to the upside with Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of our crypto friends. So what can we say? What can we say? Heading over to the heat map, as you can see, we got a lot of interesting things. You got a bit of red, you got a bit of green, you got an ad down in the corner. We'll get rid of that. Um, Over here, Celestica, look at that, up 4.92, and I believe they got earnings coming out in the coming week, so that could be interesting. Couche-Tard up 2.36, so those are a couple ones that stick out. Barrick Gold having a good day despite the small retracement in gold. So yeah, for the most part, not really anything to write home about on the market, but it still looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, looking here. Whoa, Netflix. Hello. We were looking at Netflix yesterday because they had their earnings and they missed expectations on their EPS and they dropped quite a bit because of that. But looking at things today, Netflix still dropping a little bit. I will tell you guys, and the channel members already know this. I do have a swing trade open on Netflix because, well, let's pull it back up. This drop, they're still a good company. Yeah, they had some earnings. They had some earnings issues, but I do think that they're going to recover. I don't know if they're going to go all the way back up to 1238, but I could definitely see them getting at least halfway up. So I do have an active swing trade going on Netflix. All right, but yeah, look at the rest of tech. Well, okay, other than Tesla, down 4%, but Google's looking strong. Nvidia, Broadcom, AMD. AMD's just been owning things lately for sure. They're up another 7.42% today. And here's what I mean. Like, look at this. Since here, 164, and this here is just beginning of October. October has been, for AMD, October has been an Uptober for sure. So they're having a good time. And hopefully, if some of you guys are holding AMD, you're having a good time too. So JP Morgan up as well. Looking at crypto, a lot better looking today. We got a lot of green. Look at this, Bitcoin up almost, well, 2.5%. We got XRP up 1.11, Ethereum up. Solana having a really good day, up 6.64%. And, oh boy, let's head down the rabbit hole into the world of altcoins. And there's, quite literally, guys, there's like more than 15,000 altcoins. When I do the market close, I like to just grab one I've never heard of before, and I like to pick the opposite color of whatever Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin is having a green day, so let's pick this one. Oh, this one sounds kind of pleasant. Strawberry in bloom. Okay. And I got, guys, when I say there's a lot of them, they're popping up all the time. Look at this. It looks like this one just started. So it just launched and lost a lot of money. It launched at 1.88 cents, and now it's worth 0.07 cents. So it lost almost its entire volume. Not something you like to see. The name is kind of cute, Strawberry in Bloom. I like strawberries, but, well, not that. They're not my favorite, but I do like them. I prefer blueberries, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know what this does. I don't know if it's related to a game or if it's just a cute meme coin. I'm gonna bet on the cute meme coin part, maybe. But guys, these are risky. These are risky as hell. That's why I call them crap coins. It's like going to play craps in Vegas. The odds are not stacked in your favor. And that's the way it is with a lot of these coins. Obviously, there are some altcoins that you will make money on, but you want to make sure you do you want to make sure you do a lot of research, read the white paper, whatever it takes. Stick to your tried and true coins, though, if you're looking for a good long-term investment in crypto. So your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, XRP, Solana, heck, even the Dogecoin. So all of that fun stuff. All right, I'm just taking a gander here at the time. We've got 6 minutes to the bell. Well, actually, 5.5 minutes. All right, let's go big screen and let's check out the comments. Jonathan is in first. Am I late for Reagan's big speech? No, you're not late at all. And we kind of talked a tiny bit about Reagan's speech. Stan says, Happy Friday, all. Oh, and guys, by the way, I put up a poll. Let's see if we can get 100%. We're not going to get 100%. There's going to be at least one of you, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four, who are like, I don't want the Jays to win. Now, there's American viewers here, so obviously Los Angeles might be your team of choice. So go with your heart. Go with your heart. And there's always going to be those. There's always going to be those people who are like, I don't care. I really don't care. And that's a valid point too. Maybe I don't care will win because I mean this is an investing community, right? I mean, how many of us actually watch sports? I know some of you do. I'll watch some key games, but I mean, honestly, in the last 10 years, I think I've watched one baseball game. So I just want to put that out there. Claude says, hello, what a week. Celestica to report next Monday. Should be interesting. Yeah, I thought it was, yeah, I think, is it this, it's this coming Monday? I thought it was this coming week, but maybe it's the following week. But they're coming up pretty darn fast for sure. We've got Paul in the house saying hello. Claude says, some grow their beards for playoffs. Some have blue lighting. Everyone does their part. There we go. Bottom right. Yeah, that, you know what? I don't know if they have an option for that. When I go to OBS though, I can do it any way I want. So I'll have I think I'll have a lot more control. Paul says, Doug Ford pulled the goalie. Not surprising. Not surprising. I love the hockey analogy there. Joe was in the house with a happy Friday. And JJMA, oil stocks are such a hassle. Lately, yeah, oil's been struggling. Oil has been struggling for a while. So we'll have to see. Jack says Netflix will go out the way of Blockbuster thanks to Google and YouTube. Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I think Netflix is not what it used to be. And keep in mind, like my investment, my swing trade that I mentioned with them, it's a short-term thing. They'll recover from this. They're not a long-term investment though for me, for sure. All right. Adorpat says, hi, everyone. Everyone won. Okay. I like it. Ian says, I'm just here to lurk and try to win my membership back. Oh, Ian. That's hilarious. Claude says, I voted no in the pool because I don't think they'll win, but I really want them to win for sure. All right. Actually, let's take a look. Actually, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want you guys to see two of me. But right now, oh boy. Yeah, right now, yes has 65%, no has 17%, and don't care is coming in at 17%. So, don't cares might come in second. But yeah, only 65%. I'm like, okay. I was like, for a second there, I was like, did I just lose a track enough time? But no, we still have a minute and a half until we have the bell. And Dorpat says, why is Netflix not a long-term? Been holding them since COVID, and it's grown over 200% returns. Well, the reason is that I get a lot of my exposure, and Netflix is in there with HHIS. So HHIS does hold Netflix and most of the tech companies. So I am getting some exposure to Netflix that way. But the trade I made right now, it's in my trading account. It's not a long-term hold. Zenial, I want them to win, but I can't see them beating the most stacked teams ever. Yeah, but you know what? The Jays are one of those teams, like, they just seem to know how to make things happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe they won't win. Maybe maybe this is, maybe our World Series was that last game. But we'll see. We'll see. I think tonight will set the tone of the series for sure. We'll have to see how it ends. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not watching tonight's game, by the way. But as soon as if we get to any game where there is a possibility of the Jays winning the World Series, I'll watch that. So the Jays need to be up 3 games. So basically, once the Jays have 3 wins under their belt, I'm watching. Isn't that what a good Canadian does who doesn't really watch baseball? I think. Um, Ian says I have to find a way to watch the game. Yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult. Like I started, like the last game that I watched, I started on YouTube, and there was these different. I don't know. I think they were trying to get you to go to some website. I wasn't going to go to the website, but they were showing the game, and they would show you. You get to watch about an inning, and then YouTube would pull them down, and they would open up another one. So I got to see the game that way. Then I found this guy towards the end, and he was broadcasting the game, but instead of the pictures, he was using some kind of a Google thing, some kind of a Google thing. Uh-oh. I just saw the Nightbot. I forgot to turn that off, guys. Can I? Oh my God, I do not want to sign out. Wait a minute. No. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. I've now turned that off, so the Nightbot will not be bugging you. Uh-oh, it is time for the bell. All right. I am 1 minute late. All right. I can't believe it. I found a way to get distracted. I have been doing so well. So well. Until today. Today I'm a minute late. Oh well. I'll be on time Wednesday, I guess. Wednesday. Oh, speaking of on time. So we're going to just have it's a chill stream we're having tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's just, I like to have one little, I guess it's a celebration stream for the 4th year. So we passed our 4th year anniversary early October. So we're just going to have a quick little stream. It's probably only going to be about an hour, guys. Maybe even a little less. It's up to you guys, really. But I'll come in. We'll just talk. I'll talk a little bit about the past, present, and future of the channel. I'll still answer questions as usual. I will still answer questions, and we'll chill. It'll be a chill, like quite literally. If you miss the stream, it won't be a big loss. It won't be a big loss. So I'm not hyping it up. There's nothing special happening, other than I'm just going to be chatting away. And oh, guys, this is the first time this has happened during one of our streams. I'm going to move the camera, so try not to get too sick. All right, we're going to come over, and we're going to take a look over here. We've got the cat. We've got the cat in the house. She's sleeping right next to me. So anyway, we're going to zip back. We're going to zip on back. Here we go. We'll try to, of course, everything is no longer centered properly. We'll just, oh boy. I think right about there. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, the kitty is in the house. So thought I would show her. Unfortunately, she was awake about 5 minutes before the stream, and she was up and doing cute things, and that would have been really cute. Now she's back to sleep again. So what can I say? All right. Dorpat says, without the Brazilian fine, they would have beat expectations. Oh, are we talking about Netflix? Oh, I think we are. I think we're back to Netflix. Yeah, that certainly hurt them. No arguments there. Jack says, wages not keeping up with inflation, causing people to seek cheaper alternatives like free YouTube. Yeah. So, I mean, YouTube is free. You have to watch ads. That's the only thing around it. And this is what currently I've got paid YouTube right now, so I'm not watching commercials. But every so often I forget. And when I used to watch free YouTube, I'll tell you how I used to do it. If I liked the creator, I'd watch the commercials because I know they get paid if I watch them. If it's somebody who is just like, I don't know, this is not really somebody I'm following, I'm just checking out this one video, then I usually skip the commercials. But guys, if you hate commercials and you skip them and I don't get paid, I'm not going to be mad at you because I understand. And I will tell you right now, guys, if you ever get one of them mega long commercials, no matter how much you want to support me, if you've got a 15-minute commercial, skip it. Please skip it. Even if you're interested in it, I would just skip it, because once you watch one of those 15-minute commercials, the algorithm the algorithm will say, oh, this is a person who's willing to watch 15-minute commercials. Let's serve them up a 20-minute commercial and see what they do. That's kind of the way that sneaky algorithm will work. So anyway, commercials. Jay says, I hope David Aries gets the opening pitch for the LA Dodgers. All right. And the bell. Yes, I missed the bell. Absolutely. Let's see. Philly says, Rogers Corp owns the Blue Jays. As a shareholder, I hope the Jays win. All right. There you go. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Rogers, oh, God, they have their fingers in almost everything. What can we say? Jack says, Netflix has bad rep now for always pandering to LBQTQ and being overly inclusive to the point of ruining classic shows in the name of being politically correct. I honestly don't know, guys. I watch a few shows on Netflix. That's about it. I really, Netflix to me, I just don't find that they have that many riveting things. Every so often, they have something good that comes on. But like right now, I think the only thing I'm waiting for on Netflix is the final season of Stranger Things. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. All right, well, I'm gonna. Ian says, ring it a minute early next time to make up for it. That's it. That's it. The plane, boss. The plane. Ding ding. Yeah. Oh, little old tattoo up there with the bell. Yeah, absolutely. Jim says, I am here and hit like. Oh, yeah, guys, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. It really helps that algorithm. Once again, it's like we all live for the algorithm. I'll have some coffee since you guys are going to be busy hitting like buttons. Oh, gosh, that is so good. Paul says, Hut 8 up 17% and CIFR up 19%. Just recovering the crypto previous downturn. Yeah. That was one of the reasons I used to really like swing trading with Hut 8. Some of the volatility when the way it reacts to Bitcoin. And I always found, and this was kind of a neat thing, I don't know how true it is now because I haven't really paid too much attention to Hut 8, but back in the day when I was trading them, I always found that they kind of mirrored Bitcoin, but delayed. Now, let that think in. Let that sink in. They were delayed. Why would that be important? Because, well, it's almost like Bitcoin gave you a preview of what Hut 8 was about to do. So it made it pretty easy. Entry points, things like that. It's like Bitcoin goes up, Hut 8's going to go up. So you get into Hut 8, you ride it up. Bitcoin goes down, Hut 8's about to go down. So you get out. You wait till you wait till it goes down and then you buy back in. Yeah, it used to be pretty darn good. It also, before they did a reverse split, it used to be nice and cheap too, which was a way to make, you're not even throwing a lot of money at it. You could throw a much smaller much smaller bundle of money and still make some pretty good money at the same time. But when they did the reverse split, it pretty much cut that in half right there. Paul says, talk about volatility. Ian says, I don't use Netflix, but I keep it because my Colombian ex-girlfriend uses it. It's her alimony. Okay. Fair enough. What do you think of the Bank of Canada will do with interest rates? Great question. I'm going to be dealing with that in my monologue on Sunday. But I won't say this. I think they're going to cut again, but I think they're going to give a lot of stern talking, as in, they're going to be very hawkish when it comes to the Tiff Macklem speech. And I think this could potentially be the last cut of the year. But I think we're going to see it. HPS printed today. Oh, interesting. All right. And Jack, let's see here. A demoter to the tier with ads. I like it, Jack. Jack, that's devious, but kind of funny. Paul says, Egan, your Colombian ex-wife living the good Canadian life. Girlfriend. Lisa's in the house. Hi, everyone. Hello, how are you? Glad to see you. Let's see. Netflix has Black Mirror, which is the greatest show ever. Here's the funny thing. I can tell you guys right now, I know I would like Black Mirror, but I just can't. I just haven't gotten myself motivated to watch it. Because, I like anthology type series that have, you know, some kind of a weirdness to them. And I think Black Mirror, there's a lot of technological weirdness, which is even better. But I just haven't watched it. I don't know why. And I keep telling myself, why don't you watch it? Paul said, had to pause, now on to X speed. All right. Um, that's always fun. Let's see. Cut, cut, and cut. All right. What can I say? What can I say? Oh, well. Gosh, darn it. Yeah, so anyway, it's kind of weird. I find it's interesting. I used to be a big fan of all the streaming services when they first came out. But now I find there's so many of them and there's so much competition between them. And honestly, sometimes it feels like you're paying for one for maybe 2 or 3 shows. If you were only going to pay the amount that you're paying for those 2 or 3 shows, you probably wouldn't do it. So it's kind of like, those of you who are like me and did the cord cutting and cutting the cable, it's like we've now managed to create our own brand new cable bill made up of all of these packages, all of these streaming packages. And I will tell you, I think on most of them, I've gone with the ad tier. It's like, okay, yeah, there's some ads here, but it's kind of nice. Like if I'm watching, this is kind of part of my reasoning. So if I'm watching a show on whatever, Disney Plus, Paramount, whatever, and when the ad comes on, I can check my YouTube. I can check, see if there's a comment. So sometimes I'll answer comments out of order, because if I'm answering a comment on a commercial, if you ask me anything complicated, it's not getting answered on the commercial. I'll answer the ones where somebody says, "Hey, I love the channel, great stuff, keep going," and then it's like, "Thank you kindly," something simple like that. Those are the type of ones that I'll answer on that. So. But I'm happy. I think I'm finally almost caught up with the comments. Lately, comments have been, there've been a lot more. And I will also mention, guys, sometimes if you hear nothing back, it might be that you got the agony. No, the algorithm. It might be that the algorithm for some reason flagged you and threw you into the, I call it the void. I call it the void. That's where it throws all of the suspicious ones. Like, for example, if you put a link in your email or in your comment, it goes to the void automatically. You use a swear word, it goes to the void. If you say anything that is, I don't know, I would say less than family friendly, there's a chance it might go to the void, but definitely, and sometimes it's not even that you're using a link. So for example, if you were to type in, "Oh, I'm interested to get an update in Enbridge," but you put enb.to. As soon as it sees that .to, it thinks it's a link, and you're going to the void. I check the void every so often, because sometimes going in there, it's quite literally all kinds of spam messages. Like quite literally, it's like I gotta slosh through the spam, and then every so often I find one of your guys's, and I approve it, and then then I can't even answer it. I can only approve it. Then I have to hope it's going to show it to me when I go back to my regular comments so that I can reply. So if you don't get a reply, that's why. That's why. All right, let's see here. Rory says, "Hi there. When Stranger Things comes out, I'm routing for Henry." There we go. Why not? Let's see. Netflix Premium is part of my TELUS TV Disney Plus Prime services with 40% off. That's not too bad. Yeah. I mean, in some companies, like some of the cable companies will give you some pretty good bundles. When we signed up, I think with our current internet plan, I think we got Disney Plus free for a year. I also got Disney Plus free for a year when I bought my MacBook Pro a few years ago. So yeah, you'll sometimes get some good deals that way. Let's see. Paul says 2X doesn't switch to normal when caught up, had to manually go back to normal. Oh, okay. It's funny. I just can't watch something on 2x personally. It's like it's going too fast. And if it's going too fast, it's demanding my full attention. And it depends. Like I listen to a lot of really dry stuff that I can just put it in the background and I can listen to it while at the same time I don't have to pay a ton of attention. All right, and guys, going back to the poll, just before we go any further. So right now, Blue Jays are up 58%. So 58% yes, 19% no, 22% don't care. It's kind of where I kind of expected. All right, I'm gonna end the poll. I think we have a clear idea of where the community sits. I just thought it would be fun to have a poll. It wasn't even the Blue Jays. It was just that it would be fun to do a poll on a Friday. All right, here we go. Poll is now ended. All right, perfect. Whew. All right, Jim says, streaming services, if you're not careful, will easily cost you more than cable. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of one of those things, like I look at which ones do I get the most bang for my buck. Honestly, I'll tell you, Crave, and I used to mock Crave quite a bit, but I think Crave, I watch a lot of stuff that's on Crave, and Paramount Plus, there's a lot of stuff on that I like. So, and probably Disney Plus. Between those three, those are the three that I think the most. Now, Prime, I have the ad version just because I've got Prime with Amazon for the shipping and all of that. And the other one, Netflix, like I said, that one they're more like, I don't mind if Netflix runs out and then, sign back up when something good comes on it. But yeah, but no, for me, like I said, Crave and Paramount tend to have the most stuff that I watch, followed by Disney. All right. Oh, Luke says, Bank of Canada with a hawkish cut. I wonder how my utility ETFs will respond to that. Well, it's still a cut. So it will still be good I think it will still be good for utilities. I mean, gosh, all you got to do is, if you look at Fortis right now, Fortis has been on a tear the last little while. And actually, just give me a second. I'll move over here and let's bring it up. Here we go. All right. Interestingly enough, I have Fortis up. Now, I should refresh this because I haven't looked at this in a day, so it might be different than the 72.87. Let's just do that. 71.96. So it's come down a tiny bit, but let's go back to the 1 year view. Yeah. But yeah, Fortis has had a wonderful run this year. They're doing fantastic for sure. So I like it. All right. Do ads even work? Do you buy anything because you saw an ad for it? No, I think in my entire life, I may have bought one thing I saw an ad for. So no, on me they don't. To me, ads are time to zone out, and half the time, especially like on Crave. Crave is really bad for this. You'll get 4 ads. One of them, and gosh knows which one, is going to be twice as loud as the others, and you pretty much have to have your mute ready for it. I'm now at the point that as soon as the ads start, I hit mute and I unmute at the end because there's a little timer. They give you a timer so you know when the ads are done. So yeah, to me, that's fine. Rory says, I use ad blocker, works most of the time. Yeah, but a lot of times when I'm watching the streaming services, I'm not watching it on my computer. I'm actually watching it on the TV downstairs. So I don't think I can do an ad blocker on that, but you never know. Let's see. Jack says, as a Google shareholder, I can't use an ad blocker. Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't use an ad blocker on Google. But yeah, I mean, I think he was sort of referring to some of the streaming services. Let's see. Jack says, I'm actually happy to watch ads. Yeah, sometimes they're fun. Actually, the funny thing is, when we finally decided to switch to the ad ones, I hadn't seen ads in so long that it was actually kind of interesting. All right, Paul says, let's see, Blocks ETF hasn't. Don't read them all. Oh, Blocks ETF has all of those things that Paul just mentioned. So lots of volatility for options. Thank you for putting the don't read them all. You know me, I probably would have read them all. And even right now, I'm kind of like, I didn't read them all. Um, Paul says Anne has outperformed iBit. Okay, let's see here. Um, Jack says I've definitely bought food because I've seen an ad. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, all right, fair enough. Redwater says every movie is a cigarette ad. It used to be really bad. It used to be to the point that you couldn't watch a movie without every character lighting up different things. I find now it's not so much cigarettes anymore. Now it's the Mary Jane, the marijuana that you start to see them lighting up in the movies now. But yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that for sure. Ian says food ads might work. Yeah, I mean if you're hungry, food ads are gonna work. Sure, you see that commercial, that pizza commercial. But here's the thing: if a food ad makes me hungry, it doesn't mean I'm buying their product. You know, like a Wendy's commercial comes on and the burger looks good. I'm probably not getting a Wendy's burger. I'm probably ordering a burger from someplace else, someplace closer. So yeah. Paul says there's less movie with cigarettes except period piece movies. Yeah, yeah, you're seeing it a lot less now, and that's good. Humphrey Bogart lived and died for Philip Morris. Is Philip Morris a cigarette? I'm just thinking. I'm not sure. Rory said, just tell me how to get rich ads. Oh, but you know what? A lot of those type of ads are scams. So you got to be really careful with ads. Like, and quite literally, if I were to see, like, so let's say I was on Facebook, and Facebook, oh God, Facebook is painful because I will go through ad after ad after ad, and then I might see a real post, or I'll see these sponsored posts from something I'm not interested in. So by the time if I find something though, and their algorithm is looking for things, it's looking at what I like, it's looking at things I've liked online, and it's trying to serve me ads that it thinks I'm more likely to respond to. I will tell you this: if I see an ad of something I absolutely like, I'm not going to click on it on Facebook. I will head over to Google and I will Google the thing. And then take a look at it that way. Or maybe I'll check on Amazon, see if they have a copy of that thing, whatever it is. So what can I say? Yes, a cigarette company. Okay, there we go. Ian says Humphrey Bogart was the actor in all the old black and whites that smoked in every scene. Oh boy, yeah, those days for sure. Make 30,000 a month. Just do this. Um, yeah, 30,000 a month. Here's the thing: if you just had to do this to make 30,000 a month, they're probably not going to put an ad up about it. Why would they? They're making 30,000 a month, right? They don't need to share that. They're doing well. Um, yeah, it's kind of that thing. I'm very skeptical of and you'll see it. You'll see it on YouTube a lot. You'll see people that will come out. They're not even. I don't even call them real finance YouTubers, but they're kind of the fringe of finance, where they're like, hey, drop shipping changed my life. Let me show you how. And half the time, guys, you'll go into one of these drop shipping videos and they'll tell you about it. Then at the end, they'll be like, all right, now send me $5.99 or whatever the price is. Or just send me give me your email address. I'll email you the details. What they're trying to do, though, is they're trying to get money out of you. They're trying to get you into a course of some sort on drop shipping. If they're making as much crazy money as they claim, um, they probably wouldn't be doing that, because where they're making their money is the people who are looking for that get rich quick, and those people are going in and they're paying it out. There used to be this whole and this was before the internet, but it used to be like these ads on how to make a bunch of money, and people would have to send in a certain amount of money to get the answer. And basically, what answer they would get is that, okay, you basically put an ad out saying that you'll give the answer to somebody who wants to make a bunch of money. So that was the thing, is creating these fake ads, taking the money, and then telling all the people who send you the money to make fake ads. Just like, that's so stupid. And it feels like it should be illegal, but yeah, that type of thing used to go on all the time. And the internet, sometimes the internet can be a bit of a cesspool. It really can. Jay, let's see. There was a time when ads were good and funny. Today you need to wait for the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, and of course, if you're in Canada, the halftime show is basically going to be a lot of Subway commercials. So you kind of have to wait until they drop on something like one of the entertainment websites the next day and then watch them. Because, up here in Canada, you're going to see Subway over and over again. Larry says, I bought some Jewish treasury notes. Grindr offered a private buyout for $18. $15.33 is what I bought them for today. Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's a profit. I like a profit. Why is my money going to Nigeria? Well, that prince needs some help. Come on, guys. Let's all work together to help the prince from Nigeria. Or the princes. Yeah, sounds like a Queen song. Princes of Nigeria. No, I don't know. I think with Queen it was Princes of the Universe, but still. Paul, let's see. What is the prince from Nigeria doing? Or is Tom Vu still around? The 1980s into the 1990s. Oh, yeah. And I mean, there used to be, like, I don't know if any of you guys remember Amazing Discoveries. Amazing Discoveries. They had that guy on that was set up to look like it was like a talk show, but it really wasn't. It was a giant ad where he'd bring somebody on who had like an amazing chamois or something else, and they always had this whole rigmarole when they got to the price, and it's like, the guy would say, all right, here's how much it's going to cost, and the host, I can't remember what his name was, he'd always be like, come on, my audience they were not going to accept that, and they would haggle and knock the price down to what they really wanted to sell it for. But yeah, it was like I remember I used to find it on the TV when there was nothing to watch on like a Sunday morning or something, and oh my God, they were commercials. They were commercials. Rory, yes, the prince. We all must donate. Yep, there's a few princes. There's a few princes out there that want us to donate. There's another one to the south of us, but he's orange. He's an orange prince. Torpat. Let's see, few YouTube tricks. Turn off watch and search history. I only see updates from channels I follow. And at the end of the video, they recommend similar ones. If I like, I watch. If not, skip. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ian says, be careful on the internet. I know 2 people who got their identities stolen. That's 2 that told me about it. I probably know more, but they don't talk about it. Or, yeah. I mean, identity theft is pretty big. You kind of have to be pretty careful for sure. All right, Claude. Oh, we got some cues. I love the cues. This year in Wealthsimple, if I sell a stock from a non-registered account, will I receive a document from Wealthsimple with the info I must put in my taxes, or do I have to remember? You will. No, you'll get tax slips from Wealthsimple. So yeah, in that sense there, it'll report, like the tax slips will show you how much you have of capital gains, all of that fun stuff. So yeah, you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to. It will be in those forms. So if you're doing your taxes, or if you have a professional doing your taxes, that would just be another T-slip. Depending on the investment, it could be, I think, a T5. It's gonna, yeah, it'll all get included, and then they'll know what to do with it. The ShamWow. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Rory says, yes, it's getting scary out there. Adorepet, Candace, just know that even if you don't watch the ad on YouTube, if you watch on Google search with the same account email for YouTube, they'll target you that way. Okay, interesting. ShamWow was viral. People ran around saying it. Yep, the good old ShamRow. ShamWow. There we go. Rory, Doug Ford is scarier though. Yeah, Doug Ford. Here's a funny thing. Whether you love Doug Ford, whether you hate Doug Ford, you gotta give him credit for pretty much having no couth and just coming out and saying whatever the hell he wants to. Um, I give him a lot of credit. It's hard to do that in politics. It's very hard to do that in politics and to get into a leadership role. I can tell you, I know he has no interest in running for the Conservative Party, but if he ever did and became the conservative leader of the country, I think he could win. I really think he could. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he would be a great prime minister, but it would definitely it would be interesting. It would be interesting for sure. Let's see. Claude says, "Great, thanks very much." Ian, you can do your taxes with Wealthsimple. I did it with them a few years ago. Yeah, Wealthsimple has Wealthsimple Tax, and the nice thing about Wealthsimple Tax is it will just import all of it for you. In fact, with Wealthsimple Tax, you can log in to the CRA within Wealthsimple Tax, and it will pull everything, all of your T4s, all of your different T-slips as well. So yeah, it's very, very easy. And the beautiful thing too is that they will give you an offer. Like if you're just doing the basic return, you basically you pick how much you pay, and you can pick zero if you want. If you pay for one of your returns, then they give you a few extra options. Like you might be able to get a professional to come in and just consult with you a bit, or you might have some options to do, if you have to refile and a few things like that. So, but yeah, it is pretty good. I've used Wealthsimple Tax as well. Lisa says, I had to go online to my Wealthsimple account and print my T5 from there. They didn't mail it out. Oh, did it not show up on the CRA site though? Um, because I thought mine did. But here's the thing, I don't know. I never want a printed copy anyway because I do all my own taxes. So, but yeah, I guess if you're taking it all to an accountant, you probably want to get a printed off version for sure. Luke says, I'm a believer that natural gas is going to heat up soon. Buying CNQ, Torlamine, and ARC. Any ideas why ARC is not moving? Seems very cheap to me. Um, yeah, I like ARC Resources, and they've been down for sure. I I do like ARC, and I think they're not going to be down forever. That's for sure. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I think right now, I know natural gas. It's kind of a situation like they hit a point not that long ago where they were selling for a negative amount because basically you'd have to pay people to take the natural gas off of your hands. That's going to change, and this is the type of thing that when it does do craziness like this, or if it stays down for a long time, that's when you add more. I mean, they are going up, no doubt about it for sure. Let's see, Rory. Eric and Natal has a new video on natural gas. I thought I saw that. I didn't watch it, but I think I saw it in my feed. HOD is finally coming down for a quick entry. So yes, HOD guys, that is your inverse oil. That's your inverse oil ETF. It is a 2x leveraged as well. So you want to be careful with ones like this for sure. All right, guys, we're at about 50 minutes, so I'm going to give you the warning. I'll give you the final question warning. Doesn't mean we're leaving right away. If you guys got a ton of questions, I'll stay. But hey, let's see what you got. Scratch is in the house, adding to AR this week, and CRK is looking good too. Nice, nice. And Jim says for LNG, I went with Peyton. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty bullish on basically on our entire energy sector. We're talking natural gas. We're talking everything. I'm even extending that to some of the minerals that are used. So, for example, uranium for nuclear. Um, yeah, I'm just bullish on the whole thing. I'm very, very bullish for sure. Time to have some good coffee here while I wait for some questions. Oh, so good. That is definitely, definitely good. Oh, So one of the things coming up, guys, as well, so I mentioned we have a birthday celebration video tomorrow, but the next big celebration, and we'll have to start thinking about this soon, is I like to, every so often, I will do kind of an event video to basically to highlight some of our big milestones. So I think the last one, I know we did one at 5,000. I thought we did one at 7. Did we do? We thought we did something at 7,500. But the next one is 10,000. So when we hit the 10,000 subs, we're going to be looking to do something, and we're not going to be skydiving. That was a suggestion from Jonathan. That's not happening. So some of the things that we've done in the past, we did a parody news part, which is kind of funny because in a way, not so much. Like I think the monologue. So the new version of our monologue. And guys, in case you didn't know, I do a monologue at the beginning of this week, but that's the same one that I drop as well. I turn it into a video, just the monologue part. The big difference is, and anybody can sort of attest to this, is if I screw it up on the live stream, I can edit that out. I can edit it out, and the video one will not have the screw up on it, but everybody who's watching the live stream gets to enjoy my screw up, whatever it is for sure. But yeah, so that is the one that comes out Sunday nights now. You guys probably noticed that extra little one coming out Sunday night. So that's just the news. But what I was saying is I do throw a little bit of humor in it, but, not to the point of making up facts or making up stuff. I just throw a little bit of humor in with all of the factuality. I guess I don't know if that's even a word, but I like it. Factuality. Claude says, oh, I have seen MKA, so Mkango Resources yesterday at the end of the day. Crazy, don't know what happened. So I did not notice that at all. Let's take a look. So you're saying MKA. Let's see here. Mkango Resources. Holy banana bread. Something's happened here. Now, this is a penny stock. I, for the longest time, have said penny stocks can be very volatile. And look at this. So whatever happened, it's probably a rumor. This to me looks like either a rumor or somebody spiked it. Somebody spiked it. That's another thing. I don't want to call it a pump and dump, but if you've got a low volume company, you pile a bunch of money into it, you can spike it like this. And it's kind of funny. If you did that and you spiked it up to here and then you tried to sell it, by the time you got your money back, you probably haven't made very much money at all, because when you try to sell the whole thing, you're not going to get $3 for all of the shares that you put in. So that could be, or it could have been a rumor that everybody thought was going to happen, and people went crazy, and then it deflated. But yeah, or I don't know, maybe they thought they needed another spike on the market somewhere, because that kind of looks spiky to me. That is interesting. Interesting, yeah. And once again, what do they sell? What do they mine? They're resources. All right, so let's see. They're involved in the exploration for rare earth elements and associated minerals in the Republic of Malawi. Okay, interesting. So what type of news might have happened? Maybe they announced that they found something and then it turned out to be a false rumor. There's that type of thing. I normally would try to see if there was, and I can look down here to see if we got anything in here. Oh, here's something interesting. So there was something that happened here. A whole bunch of stuff happened here. Let's see. Canadian Investment Regulation halted. All right, so trading was halted. No material change. Trade resumption. So yeah, something weird happened, and it also caused a halt. I'm just going to click on this one just to see if it gives us any more information here for you. Let's see here. So yeah, let's see. There was a decision to impose a temporary suspension halt of trading in a security. All right. Trading halts are, it doesn't tell me why. Oh, right here. Pending company contract. So a pending company so that might be it. Maybe there was a contract that they might have had. I don't know, but the price came back down, so it seems to have gotten resolved. But yeah, definitely an interesting thing. And you can also, a lot of times for bigger companies, I'll just go to TradingView and see what's going on there because I'll get the news there as well. But yeah, that's the type of thing when you see this. Sorry, let's go back. When you see this type of thing, go to the news, find out. There's always something behind it, and obviously it'll be reported on. Let's see, Scratch. Are you close to the Great Canadian Bungee? No, I will not be bungee jumping. I don't care if you're going to go with me. If we go bungee jumping together, it'll be me on the bridge, and you bugging me to jump, and then me pushing you off the bridge. It's just not going to happen. Well, I mean, the pushing you, obviously you have to be bungeed. I'm not going to push you off if you're not bungeed. I really wouldn't actually push you off. It just sounded funny in my head. Philly said, for investing in uranium, do you think Sprott Physical Uranium Trust is a good choice? So yes, a Sprott, I don't know if I'd call them the best choice, but I think they're still going to be I think they're still a solid choice. They will certainly go up as uranium demand gets bigger. I still kind of think the best choice out there, like if you're looking for one company, is probably going to be Cameco. That they have one of the best mines in the world, and that uranium in Saskatchewan it's the best uranium you can get. So there's a high demand for it. So I think if you're looking at any kind of a trust or any kind of an ETF, uranium ETF, make sure they have Cameco in it. If they don't, I would maybe choose one that does have Cameco. Let's see. Get Rich says, what do you think a reasonable XRP price sometime next year after all ETF approvals and institutional adoption? Oh boy. So let's take a look here for a second. Let's go back to, actually, we need to go. I don't have XRP here, but I do have it on the map here. So let's pull it up here. Hello, XRP, where are you? There you are. All right, so yeah, you can see right now XRP sitting at, what is it, $3.04. So what is a good, oh, it's hard to say. I mean, I would hate to sort of, I would hate to sort of guess. I would hate to guess, because it would be, honestly, and let's go back, and you can sort of see, for the longest time, it's been hanging around here. Now, it has, well, it's pretty much quadrupled in price since this area. And this is, of course, now that the SEC is really not that big of an issue. I could see it, and let's see, what time frame were you asking for? So sometime in the next year. In the next year, I could see it quadrupling again. So if you're looking at 250, that would be about $10. I would say $10 is reasonable. It could absolutely crush that, but I'm going on the conservative side. I would say probably about $10, unless, and I always need to have some. I always need to have a back door here, but if we slip into a crypto winter, if we go, and it is going to happen eventually, that could certainly delay it. But I could see XRP getting up to $10, either within the next year or on the other side of the crypto winter. Well, one of the two. All right, MKA is a Kia. Amrit says, with all the Stellantis and GMC mess, I wonder if any opportunities there. I don't think they are traded on the TSX. Honestly, even if they were traded on the TSX, those are companies I would probably be very careful with, because that volatility can work in both directions. So I would be a little careful, I think. And Mary's in the house, everybody. So if you haven't hit the like button, now Mary's here. You got no choice. Just hit that like button. Let's see. Jim says, "Hey Mary, I hit like when I logged in." Amrit, HYLD hit a 52-week high. I see. I do like HYLD. And let's head over. Let's take a look. HYLD. Whoops, that's an S. There we go. D. So here we go. Let's take a look here. So yeah, so right now they're sitting at what, 1509. And we'll pull up that 1 year. So yeah, you can see 15. Yeah, they're up at new all-time highs. I'm liking it. I've got no complaints about HYLD. None at all. All right. And Mary says, excellent, Jim. And Dorpat, are we done with market dips for the year? No. That's a very easy answer. No. And let's see, Claude, I own the Hura ETF for uranium, and Cameco is the first holding with 17.6%. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you want to make sure Cameco is in there. Jay, HHIS gets 26 cents raise. I love Reddit and Robinhood being added. Yeah. So yeah, so HHIS obviously, they've added some of the new ETFs. So in this case here, they got a few more. So Robinhood, Reddit, Circle, and I think there was one more. It's just not popping up in my head at the moment, but yeah, definitely good. Same idea. HYLD. They're adding some of the two of the Daymax ones. So I think S Day and Q Day are being added to that. So they're going to bring a bit more income into it. So I expect to see a dividend increase on HYLD. So just putting that out there. Scratch says Cameco not cheap. Nope, it certainly isn't. But when it's in an ETF, when you put it in an ETF, it makes it a little bit more affordable for sure. Price prediction for Litecoin's peak in 2026. Oh dear, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's take a look and see if I have. Whoops. Just seeing if I can find Litecoin in here. Let's see here. Cardano, Edelcoin. Oh, here it is. Over here. Litecoin. All right. Let's take a look here. We're going to just scroll back a little bit. So Litecoin right now sitting at 96.79. You can see at one point, Litecoin, look at this. If I can get it up there. Oh, come on, guys. Get up. Where's the top? All right. Well, anyway, it's a little bit higher. Let's say closer to 350, 360, somewhere's in that vicinity. So can they get back there? Maybe, but it's hard to say. Right now, they seem to be stuck in kind of this little dredge right here. So I would say getting back to 127, 120, maybe even going up to like 130, maybe 140. I think that could happen. But once again, and this is going to go right back to what I was saying before. If we go into a crypto winter, it won't happen in 2026. It'll probably be on the other side of the winter. On the other side of winter. Sounds like a novel, but that's always that possibility. Why do you say no? Historically, November and December are high months. Fed has already confirmed they'll be cutting rates. I say no because of that big orange Smurf to the south. I have a feeling he's not going to just sort of sit back and leave the market alone for the next couple of months. I think there'll be at least something that'll happen in there. And it's not going to be like a big downward. I think it's going to be like a quick sort of like, you know, how Liberation Day was and how the couple of Fridays we had that. I think we'll have something similar to, probably more similar to the couple of Fridays ago opposed to Liberation Day. But I definitely think we'll see some craziness in there. I mean, heck, right now, if you've seen the pictures, he's already got demolition crews destroying the east side of the White House so he can build his big, giant ballroom. Oh boy. I just can tell you this. I'm not going to that ball. I don't want to. Amrit says HHIS has been steadily climbing. Been debating to get out of my AMHE and NVHE holdings and out it into HHIS because I believe it's already holding it. Yeah, I mean, to me, that makes sense. That's one of the things. Like when I look at all of the things that HHIS holds, there's a lot of great stuff in here. The nice thing about going with HHIS is if, for example, if NVIDIA has a bad month, you're okay because everything else is going to help buffer that out. Not that I think NVIDIA is going to have a bad month. Scratch is cheap. I think cheap in the wanting cheap stocks, not the other kind of cheap. Amrit, Q-Day has been steadily climbing as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, a lot of these new ETFs, they've been doing really, really good. So, speaking of ETFs, so just a quick update. So when it comes to Evolve, I need to come up with questions. So I need to come up with questions. I have to submit them. The way it works is, I've talked to them about talking to the Evolve CEO. Yeah, they're okay with it, but they want me to submit the questions in advance. And then their lawyers, and this is kind of the whole legal, all of the legal stuff. They have to look at them and make sure that none of them are too uh, outside of the brand image. I guess that would be the best words to call it. But yeah, we're going to be doing it. So I will. It won't be a live. It's still going to be. I'm still going to put it under the banner of This Week Conversations because it's a conversation. So I'll put it under that banner, but it'll be a video version. Oh, I still have to. Actually, I was going to reach out to Perry there at PII Verse. I haven't yet, but I'm thinking about getting him on for before the end of the year for the next live This Week conversation. So I know a lot of you guys like Perry, so I think that'll be fun. I think that would be fun. Jim says, I've been waiting for the press release from Hamilton to come out. Should be close. Well, I'm hoping so. Let's see. I'm guessing HYLD will be at 15.2. Oh, interesting. Um, I think you could be right. I think you could be right. That sounds like a reasonable guess. That sounds like a very reasonable guess, Rory. Jim says, Q day, great. I am hoping for a raise in the payments. All right. And Luke says, I heard that we are in a freight recession. TFII is really down. Good time to buy. Yeah, anything supply chain. Anything supply chain. So TFII, your railroads, I think we're going to be in a good buying time for a little bit. They will, of course, rebound on the other side of all of this, and it's not even so much. I can understand why they call it a freight recession. It's basically just tariffs, right? There's less demand for Canadian goods in the U.S. because, a lot of companies don't want to pay those high tariffs. So, yeah, that's going to be going on for a while, and it could even get worse after CUSMA, after whatever mess that turns into in July. JJ is in the house. Hello. Totally missed the live last night, but got caught up today. Yeah, so those of you who, we had a channel member live stream last night. So the channel members, we had a good one. I broke out the whiteboard and it was a lot of fun. As we were talking about taxes and tax efficiency and your dividends. Yeah, I liked it. Now I want a year to go by so I can release it for everybody else. So it was definitely a good one. So guys, if you're interested in the channel membership, just so you know, it's pretty easy to join up. Basically at the bottom, I think there's a little thing there that looks like I think it's like a little dollar bill or something. Normally, if you just go in there, the channel memberships, I think I've got them as low as you can go, like $2.99 a month. But yeah, they're pretty darn affordable, less than a cup of coffee. You get to watch all of the videos a day early. You get access to my swing trades. You get access to the membership video every month, and you get to choose the last video of every single month. Speaking of that, I do have to get a thing out to you guys soon because I let everybody come up with the ideas. So I will ask you guys for ideas for a video, and if you see ones you like in the comments, you'll just thumbs them up. That will give them more preference because I will take the top 4 that we have, and I'll take those to the channel members, and those are the ones they vote on. They vote on those and decide which one is going to get made into a video, and that's the last one every month. So I will, before the weekend is done, I will have a community post out there for you guys to drop your ideas. And you guys have been really, oh my God, you guys have been really coming up with great ideas. Like, I think the last few ones that you guys have had have absolutely, they've done really, really well. So I'm loving it. You guys are coming up with great, great ideas. Jay, is there a better alternative to EQCL ETF? I like EQCL, but I know there's another one out there. I can't remember the ticker off the top of my mind, but yeah, there is another one out there. Somebody mentioned it to me in the comments, and I looked at it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is another one. But I haven't really looked at it, so I can't say if it's better, but I know there is an alternative. I just don't know. If anybody knows The alternative, the other EQCL like ETF, so all equity, covered calls. Drop it in the comments. Amrit says the Kuzma discussion involving the president, Oompa Loompa. I love it. Will be nice to see if that swings the volatility. Let's see, growth-wise, HEQL, income-wise, not really. Split fund-wise, GDV probably. There we go. JJ's got a couple in there. And yeah, HEQL as well. Duh. Yeah, that one's always good. Rory, Trump really is the bull in a china shop for world markets. Yep. Monday, we got some rocket action. And the Nightbot doesn't like the rocket action for some reason. Oh, boy. Oh, Nightbot. JJ says, I'm quite bullish on WPay. Will most likely be swapping all or most of my Yield Max holdings into these Roundhill weekly swaps. I do like Roundhill more than I like Yield Max, so not a bad move in my opinion. All right, let's see here. Amrit, I love holding ZRE for a while. The dividend is 9 cents a share. I wonder if I should sell and buy into RMAX or maybe just pull out altogether. What's your thoughts on ZRE? Yeah, I do like REITs. Overall, I like REITs, but I will say this amount here. One of the reasons I like RMAX is that it's not just Canadian REITs. It's only 50% Canadian. The other 50% is American REITs. So I think that gives you a good diversification if you're looking to get that with REITs. So I would probably go the RMAX route myself because you're at least getting that income as well. And JJ says Canadian REITs suck. I'm not going to argue that. I won't argue that at all. Dorpat, Trump is making me change my investment strategy. I am now more active than I would love, hoarding cash even more in ZMMK and waiting for dips. Yeah, Trump he's an interesting character, that's for sure. And I have a feeling he's going to keep us on our toes for a while. Definitely. Rory says betting on the U.S. economy more than here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's really going to boil down to, can the current government, can they start to actually manifest some of the promises that they've made? If they do, then, that would be I think that would be good for the overall Canadian economy. But right now, it looks like they're good at spending, but I want to see this spending actually return some dividends to the country, so to say. JJ says U.S. REITs do have way better management than the Canadian REITs. Just look at their performance since interest hike rates and drops. Luke says, I'm on the West Coast, still working hours here. Gotta go to a meeting. All right. Well, have fun. Have fun at the meeting. I second that, Rory. You'll lose all your cookies if you bet against a U.S. tech. Scratch says, never trust a politician. That's probably a wise statement. And it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. That works on everybody. Rory says, Convos agreed. What are the suspected sacrifices from Carney? Oh boy, I don't know. It's going to be... this budget's going to be interesting. I'll leave it at that. It's going to be interesting. Amrit, MSTE hit real low this week around 1035. So does make me nervous a bit, but just averaging down for now. Yeah, I can understand that. It's, part of it is the way that strategy, I mean, they dilute shares. They do a lot of different things. That obviously doesn't help things. So I don't know. Personally, and this is kind of the way I look at it. I won't hold MSTE myself. I get exposure to it through HHIS, and I'm happy with that. But I do think they will come back up at some point. But I'll tell you, it's tough being on that low end right now, for sure. All right, guys. Whew. Well, it was another fantastic show. We're going to be back here tomorrow afternoon. So 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a very chill. I'm not coming. I've got no prepared content. I'm just coming. We're going to talk about whatever. We'll go off on tangents. You name it. I don't care. We'll talk with the history. We'll talk with the present, the future, all of that fun stuff. It will be great. So I'll be back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's a special 4-hour anniversary show. I will see you guys then. And then we'll see you Sunday too. This has been a busy week. Busy week for sure, especially if you're a channel member. You've pretty much got to see me every day this week. So that's pretty darn cool. All right, guys, until next time, well, enjoy your weekend. Have a fantastic one. You know, this is technically the last weekend in October because next weekend is November. All right, guys. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.